Hey guys, I'm doing something a little different today. Gonna do a more of a showcase. I won't really call it a build and drive, but I'm gonna do a showcase of, I guess technically it's 3 new mods from CNTM modding. I don't know how well you can see in the picture here, but it's got a T600, a T660, and a T800. All in one pack. And basically, for what I know about the trucks, it's mostly a hood difference between the three. But we'll take a look as we go. As you can see, that's all. I have the 6 mods here for it. It is compatible with the Kenworth interior pack from Z Mods, and then of course I have the common mod that's needed, and I've got a few others in here because it's just a test profile that I use um, for different things. So let's head on in. Let's kind of go over some of the key points, highlights of each. So here you can see there's the 6, there's the 660, and the T8. T6, you currently, right now, the truck has 2 different cab options. You've got the Aero Sleeper, and then you have what I call the Aero Flat Top is normally what I call it. And then the other difference is the split here is just, it splits the windshield. Just changes, gives you the older split windshield style, which is my technical preference. Chassis lengths, you've only got the 2. It's that way through all of them. Engines, these are the ones that come with the truck. But once you have the internal name, it's super easy to add it to Z-Mods, Live Jerry's, anybody else's that's out there. I feel like the transmissions kind of lack. This is all you get. I normally run an 18 speed, and I either have this one or I get this one. That's it. And they're basically the same thing, except one has the retarder and the other one doesn't. So I'm hoping that changes here once the mod has been out for a little bit. Compatibility will be added. Colors, it comes with a lot of color options, both in just normal colors, and then you get into your metallic colors. I'm going to go with that one just for the sake of the video. Some of the accessories, you've got a couple different options on the bumper. This one gives you the custom. And then, of course, you've got, plastic, and then go with the paintable version. The grill here up front, both grills, I believe it's, yeah, that light node, or that node, and then it's that one. You can switch to either basically a dark version, black version of it, or you can go with more of like go more like with a metal frame. Obviously, you can change the frame, or not necessarily change it, make it chrome. Front logo, that's the only one we've got right now. I'm guessing with this node there might be others coming. Maybe it's more for the T800 hood. We can look when we get there. Ornament, that's your hood ornament you can do. Let's see if I can get close enough to get that to show a couple of them that are there. Got eagle, horns, rubber duck, stallion, and the Kenworth swan. I think it's Kenworth that usually has the swan on it. I can't remember. hood. Here's where you switch out hoods. If you're going to build a T800, I recommend back in the mod dealer, when you're choosing the truck, I recommend starting that way with the T8. But the 660 is real easy to swap back and forth. You'll be able to see. Okay, let's go to the switch over to 660, and you can see basically the side skirt change. The side skirts changed a little bit because I think you can come in and add the longer side skirt to go further back, and then obviously the hood and bumper are the main changes in it. This was where the T600 was more of an aerodynamic truck compared to say the W9. The 660 was kind of the next generation of it. The 660 is what turned into the T680 that's out now. So let's switch back over here. Okay, so one of the other things that's kind of cool, I haven't explored it very much, but you can see how after doing the hood swap, now we have the headlights went away. So now you've got different ones that you can pick from, depending on what kind of look you want. I'm just going to put the old style back in it, just for the sake. And then this is something too that's kind of cool. Clear one, or you can smoke the lens. I think with the right colored truck, having the smoked lens would look pretty neat. All right, here's where you get the side skirts. We'll put the long skirts back on, and then you can see now we've got light nodes that you can put, variety of whatever. I haven't explored all the lights. I don't know all of what they are, what they do. A lot of what I've seen, a lot of these marked blinker left and then blinker right. To me, I think those are like 4-inch lights from kind of what I can see. Just with different, some have like that one's I think kind of a smoked lens, or that was like, what does that look like? Oops, still trying to guess. Let's just go again. So that's what it looks like. More of a smoked lens and a um, black frame on it. But there's just you got all kinds of options. Let's see if I can find that silly note again. I can always find it when I don't want it. There we go. But those are, that's one of the options. You get further down, see now we're into blinker right. Just the normal lights. I think when you get far enough down, yeah, see now he's got some watermelons, which also you can use watermelons as blinkers. You got marker light, more different, just all kinds of different lights. Lots of different lights to go at. This is included, these come with the truck. There's lots of lights to pick from. If you don't have the side skirt, then you can have, we'll remove that just so you can see it. Oh, okay. Guess you won't see it because the side skirt's there. Let's come back and change. I think that's the one. Okay. So you can run it like this, and then if you do that, then you can see what the steps look like. See, we got chrome with chrome battery box steps. Your tank options, that's the fuel cap. You can get rid of, keep the logos. There's our tank. The without tank normally is probably something if you're running with the, oh no, this is a different tank. Is it this one? Oh, changes the placement. I hadn't explored this node yet. Okay, so that does something totally different. And when you're using the side skirts, then that's where that would work out. With the battery box, it conflicts. Not going to build that way. So yeah. See, because now you can see it doesn't conflict. And if you've got the side skirts, it'll be there. So I'm going to switch back to this one. And as we go along, I'll find the other tank node as we get there. Cab panels, just a little bit different. This one's a little shorter. So if you're running your exhaust out right here, then it's cuts it off. We'll leave the long one because it'll leave the exhaust up front. All three trucks do have the option to run the exhaust here on the outside, here on the front. I don't know if the T8 offers in the back, but the 600 and the 660 offer it back here. And you can run the single pipe or you can run the dual pipe. They've got dual. I'm not even sure what style it's called. I thought I read somewhere it was like Australian Outback or something silly like that. I could be wrong. I'm gonna switch it back to that. But your fuel tank, it's chrome or aluminum. Same thing with some of the other stuff. Your door handle, stock, or you can go chrome. It changes that one too. Same thing with your handrail there. Um, this is your exhaust if you're going to swap it and put it here. That's an interior node. We'll get there in a moment. And this one changes. This is just changes the exhaust tip essentially. This pipe doesn't change. There's your sleeper window option, cabin rear with your hand grab bars, so you can get rid of them. Those are your lights. I'm hoping this is a node that will expand later to give you an option for putting lights wherever you want. This one gives you your option for the second stack. When you run this one and have your trailer cables back here, it's been reported, but at the moment, there's no trailer cables. If it doesn't bother you, that's great. You can run that. Otherwise, you just go back to a single stack, and then you go about what you're doing. Ah, top cap. Okay. That's fine. Nope, that was the next one down. So we'll go back. Well, now we're gonna. Still didn't work. I haven't had this truck very long. I haven't played with everything, so some of the stuff I'm kind of learning as you guys are learning it. Ah, okay, it changes the brackets. That's the difference. The exhaust pipe. There, it's on the inside. This one's on the outside. Oh, okay. I like the inside better, but we're gonna leave it at one just for the sake of everything. And then the cables, we'll put the cables back to there, like that, and then see everything works. This is for back here. There's your deck plate. You walk up. Your fenders. You got. It'll be kind of hard to see, but I think. Oh no, that is gonna take it away. Nice. But you have the options. Oops, that's totally not what I wanted to do. But you can switch the style, and then you can switch out the topper. Have these two just change the color. Like this one makes it black, the red makes it red, and so on with the other colors. The wheel pack comes with, you've got aluminum 24/5s and polished 24/5s, and that's all you've got with it. It is compatible with Jasper's wheel pack and Smarty's wheel pack. I have toyed with that on my other profile. Your mud flaps, same story. You either just get all black or you got one that have Kenworth on it. You can put the weights on it. There, you can switch out the lights if you want to do something different. This is just your mud flap hangers. Here you can switch out. So right now you've got just the vent window. You can go with a window, or you can go with a split window. This side is kind of the same thing. One node I didn't hit that I know is here. That one is for the sleeper. There's the other node for the tank. That's, again, for the tank up here. That's the doorstep. That's inside the cab. Maybe it's only on the other side. There's a node that puts turn signals right here in the stock position where they would be at. Your mirrors you can switch out, and it just changes the cover. You've either got chrome, paint, or just the black plastic. On this side, when you can, for the antenna, then you get nodes for the antenna that you can swap out. Run a Wilson if you want. There's a larger one with, spring in it. I personally like the Wilsons. That was your exhaust node for around back. Here you've got the window chops, chrome and paint. You've got a few options with sun visors. Is it this one? That one. That one is one that I like. Another option as we move up, you've got your cab lights that you can do. And again, you have, a little digging. I haven't explored it very much, but you've got everything there, plus then a few stock SCS options that work out really well on it. Oh, hey, that's cool. I missed that on the last one. You can put chops on the top one. Well, of course, the last one I built was Aero Cab. I didn't have the big lunk on it. So that's cool. You can put those on there. Oh, and that changes the trim around the window. There is an option down here. You can do the same thing. Put a little chrome in it. Brighten it up a little bit. That was the wind from before. Oh, looks like you can do it on the side windows too. That's pretty cool. Different logos. I haven't figured out if there is a way to change them. I looked in the open def. I didn't see any place for it. Doesn't mean I didn't miss something. That's still exhaust. Okay. Here you've got run the extender. It's got this little rubber seal, or you can run it without. It just kind of depends on your liking and what you want to do. Fuel cap. I think this was another reported bug with it. Truck hasn't been out. Of course, you're gonna find issues. There's nothing will ever be perfect. I'm not sure what the deal is because it looks fine to me. Aluminum cap, and then the chrome cap. So I'm not sure the difference there. Just to show you can then run the chrome trim up. There's your side skirts. That was so you can change the cap if you're running the tank up here. Trying to see where that silly node is at. Let's try going this way. Oh yeah, it does work on this side. That's what I thought, driver's side only. But then it puts the turn signal light there. I'm not going to dive into the T600 all that much. Everything is pretty much the same. Or I'm sorry, the T660. Most everything is the same. One thing I do know that's different with this one, the you can do plugins for engine heater or engine and oil. You've got those. That was one thing that I knew was different. And I believe, yes, you can make that panel there chrome, or then you've got two stock versions. And that was still fuel tank. That's still the same. There's your doorstep. But then, same thing with the grill, same thing with, bumpers, bumper. You don't get to change the headlight, you just have the stock option for now. I believe most everything else is the same with that one, with all the other nodes as you go around. Let's jump into the interior real fast. You can change the vents, either stock or plastic. Cabin trim is for out there. This one, yeah, this changes the wood trim on the outside. This one changes around just this one. And if you change this one, then you've got there. You see the options you have. It kind of tidies it up. I like it. Makes it a little different. Your steering wheel, you've only got those two options. I haven't confirmed if it's compatible with the steering wheel DLC pack. I have not confirmed that. I don't know. Cup holders, your two options, your floor. I found this kind of cool for a tiled floor. It's not something you normally see in. Usually, it's either wood floor or it's carpet. But this is really neat. Something kind of different. Shifter cover, and I wish I could get far enough down to see it. I can't maneuver the camera, but it's something that looks like it's just always there. That's the floor, that's the cup holder. Shifter, you can either have chrome or it's stock. You've got a few options for the top. You either have the chrome skirt, and that makes it an 8, and then I don't know if it's an add-on, like a chrome stick or a chrome piece add-on, or if it changes to an 18 speed. But then, or else you just have the stock, normal Eaton black skirt on the shifter. And yes, it says 13. Yes, it's blue. It should be 15. Um, I mentioned it to him. I don't know if anybody else had. Um, he said it's on the list of things to take care of. This one, for your interior options, you have what you can see in the lighter color, or you can go with the darker color. That's the main differences that's there. Up here, you either have it closed off or it's open. I'm hoping later that a CB gets available or something to fill in the hole. There's your sun visors again. That was up top. This is actually kind of an interesting. It's not something I've seen before, where you can actually change the sunshades, and not only do you have them closed position, but you can pick some that have. Let's go with the open sunshade and the decal. And the decal it's referring to is this one right here. And see, there it gets rid of. Open 2 with decal. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe it's something on the other side that we don't see here. I'm not sure. Then you can switch and have just the driver's side open. Kind of an interesting detail, I think. Something you don't see very often. Actually, I can't say I've seen that ever. Seats, you have the SCS options. I think with the color interior it's running, I think having the darker interior, I think the darker seats work better. That's your window node. Here you have either a blank mattress or you can have a dinosaur blanket. I'm going to leave the dinosaur blanket on. This one gives you the option for either a window or no window. And once you add the window, you can have a rolled up curtain or not. It's kind of a nice little fun touch on it. What's this node? That's the sleeper lights for way up there. And we can't get far enough up this. Oh, those are the window chops for up there. Okay. So that's kind of neat. You can see the window chop. I wanted to look at that. So that's the T600 and T660, kind of in a quick roundabout way. Just kind of a preview mostly is what I wanted to do. Now I'm gonna back out. I have discovered, I think I mentioned this earlier, if you are building a T6 and decide to go over to a T8, I recommend just backing out and choosing the T8 and starting over. Otherwise, some of the options, the truck looks a little funny and you got to go through and kind of redo everything. Your bumper options, you only have the two. Um, one thing I would like to see, I hope is kind of coming, is more of a shorter stock bumper that doesn't have anything on the side and it comes down about halfway and then comes across. Kind of be near the tow hooks and all that stuff. Hopefully that's something in the works for the future. Turn lights, that's the only option you have for those right now. Same thing with your front logo. Stock frame, chrome. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what it changes. Okay, I was wrong. I was not what I was expecting. We're going to jump back to that one. Stock aluminum. Here we go. Here you've got, you can change out how many bars you have running across. Let's do the 7. I think 7's kind of common. You can switch the headlights around. Same thing on the T6. As we run down, this one will take a little bit more as I'm doing it. I haven't messed with this one as much. But you've got the same plug-in options for heater and oil. Okay, this just gives, again, just a little trim panel underneath. Same thing with this one. We'll go with version 2 because I think it leaves the cutout for the exhaust. Pipe shield, you think you can get rid of it. However, if you swap to exhaust version 2, then it does get rid of it. So, and then I think it's not that one. This one lets you switch out which style you want, which style of exhaust tip. Your window options the same, like we've already seen. Which means I bet you can. Yes, you can. Also run window chops. Same on this one. Oh, that was your trim. There we go. That's the one. The same sun visor options that were on the other one. Same thing with that's exhaust. That one. You've got your cab lights that run there, and I'm sure up here. Yep. Another round of them up here. This is going to be for that piece that sits on the very top. Again, you can get rid of this, the tank options. I don't think this one has any side skirt options. That one we've already looked at. That one is your doorstep. No. But I don't think I've ever seen a T8 that has um, the side skirts like you'd find on a T600 or T660. This one, I'm guessing with having this node, maybe there's going to be a chance to change them for something different in the future. You have the same options on your quarter fenders. Then you can switch out the top to, whatever you want out of those four options, I guess. Um, Same options as the other one. I gotta try it. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, hey, cool. You can. I figured you probably could, but I hadn't toyed enough with this. You can switch it around to the back. Smoke mod. This one is compatible at least with the FLX smoke mod, I believe. Um, the other profile I have it in is also with the FLX truck, and it works. I did see that listed in the current version. It only comes out of one stack if you're running dual. Um, so if that bothers you, stick with single for now if you do end up purchasing this pack. Um, which I hope is fixed early on because I like the look of the two stacks versus one. Cap slot, same thing. This one, they're all three are very similar because really the only difference is for the most part the hood. Um, it's kind of once you've been through the options on one, you've kind of seen everything. That's for your mirrors. One thing I was kind of hoping to find was a different mirror bracket on the T800 and something more similar like you'd find on the W9 is what I was kind of hoping for, and that may be coming in the future. I don't know what the plans are. Um, I'm just here showing it off because I haven't seen very much media about it. So I kind of wanted to show what it had in case anybody's kind of on the fence about buying it. Curious. The interior is probably going to be the exact same as the other three, or the other two, I guess. They're all going to end up being the same, so I'm not going to worry about going over those. But there, I think the best I can tell, that covers everything available on the truck. I like it. I haven't delved too much into build a drive yet. I do have a build. I've only put just driving basically from the garage to a initial stop, but I haven't ran any loads with it. So far, I like it. It's nice. I think as it goes along, it will be the T660 that I want. That's about the only truck I haven't been able to find. Is a 660 that has options on it that I like to build a truck like I want, and I think this one will turn into it. So we'll kind of see where that goes. But yeah, that's the truck. That's all three trucks. If you guys have any questions, post up. I'll try and answer them the best I can. Otherwise, I will have other information in the description about where to find it and who to talk to. So um, I'm not going to post up the price. I picked it up as I don't know if I want to call it a pre-release or early release or whatever. So I don't know if it will have different prices. So I don't know what the the initial release price is. But yeah, I can't think of anything else. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. This is something a little different. Um, if you liked it, let me know. And let me know other mods. Um, I I have no problem kind of rambling on and showing what some of the options are on these. If it'll help you to make a decision on a purchase or not, great. Um, some of these I may end up making anyway just because there's stuff that I wished I had seen. That's why I'm doing this one. I wish there was more information on this, and I took the leap of faith, and I am not disappointed in what it has. It's not a high option truck yet, but it's initial release, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes down the pipeline. So if you have managed to stay and listen and not speed this up, I applaud you because I've done a lot of rambling. If you did speed this up into, double the speed or triple the speed or whatever you can do on YouTube, then I take no offense. I don't blame you at all if you were just here, or if you listen to this on mute, if you just wanted to check out the options or skipped around. I have absolutely no ill feelings against that because I've done the same thing on some of these build videos. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time.